These are the 10 most relatable Roblox and teenager stories I've ever made. And trust me, the last one is absolutely wild. Thank you all for the incredible support. Now let's not waste any time. Here's rant number 1.
I accidentally overheard my crush talking about me, and I wish you could have seen my reaction. So this happened a few months ago after school. I was walking down the hallway to grab something I'd forgotten in my classroom. Everything was normal until I heard someone say my name.
I immediately froze.
The voice came from a nearby classroom, and when I looked through the door, I saw my crush sitting with a few of her friends. My heart started racing. Part of me wanted to leave, but another part of me needed to know what they were saying. So I stayed. At first, I couldn't hear much. Then one of her friends asked her if she liked anyone. The second I heard that, I was completely locked in. My crush got really quiet. Then she smiled.
And said my name.
I genuinely thought I was imagining things. Her friends started teasing her, and she admitted she'd liked me for months, but was too scared to tell me. Couldn't believe it. The craziest part? Right when I was about to walk away, she looked toward the door, and somehow
Our eyes met.
that's when I realized she'd known I was listening the entire time.
Have you ever been excited for a Roblox update, only for it to completely ruin the game? Because that's exactly what happened to me. For weeks, everyone in the community was hyping up this huge update. My friends wouldn't stop talking about it at school. People were making predictions, posting leaks,
and counting down the days.
Honestly, I couldn't wait. The game was already one of my favorites, so I thought the update would make it even better. Then update day finally arrived. I rushed home, opened Roblox, and joined the game immediately. At first, everything looked normal. Then I started noticing changes. My favorite feature was gone. The controls felt weird. The map looked different. And somehow, things that nobody complained about had been completely changed. The worst part? Almost every player in the server was confused too. The chat was full of people asking where everything went. Even my friends hated it. We spent weeks waiting for the update, only to spend the entire day wishing the old version would come back.
And that's when I learned a painful Roblox truth.
Sometimes the most hyped update is the one that ruins everything.
Every friend group has that one friend who thinks they're a professional Roblox player. For me, it's my best friend. Before every game, he gives the same speech. Don't worry, guys, I've got this.
I've played this 100 times. Just follow me.
The confidence this guy has should honestly be studied. So one day, we joined a really difficult Roblox game. The second we spawned in, he started acting like
Our team captain.
he was giving instructions, making plans, and telling everyone exactly what to do. Meanwhile, the rest of us were just trying not to laugh. Then the match started, and less than 10 seconds later,
He got eliminated.
not by a boss, not by another player, not even by something difficult. He literally walked straight into a trap that was right in front of him. The funniest part? Instead of admitting it was his fault, he immediately started making excuses. He blamed lag, then his keyboard, then Roblox itself. Meanwhile, the rest of us were still alive and watching him embarrass himself. And somehow, the loudest pro in our friend group is still the first one eliminated.
Did every single game.
I accidentally called my teacher Mom, and I still haven't recovered. So this happened during English class when I was a kid. My crush was sitting just a few seats away from me, which already made me nervous. The teacher was asking questions, and somehow
I got picked to answer one.
I stood up, gave my answer, and surprisingly got it right. Honestly, I was feeling pretty confident. Then the teacher smiled and said, "Good job." Now, a normal person would probably say,
Thank you.
but apparently, my brain had other plans. Without even thinking, I looked straight at my teacher and said,
Thanks, Mom.
the second the word left my mouth, I knew my life was over. The classroom went completely silent for about 2 seconds. Then everyone started laughing. Even my teacher had to turn away because she was trying not to laugh. Meanwhile, I was standing there wishing I could disappear. The worst part, when I looked over at my crush, she was laughing the hardest out of everyone. And to this day, some of my friends still call me teacher's son.
Why am I only motivated at 3 a.m.? Seriously, I don't understand it. During the day, I can barely convince myself.
To finish my homework.
I'll tell myself, I'll do it later. Then later becomes later, and somehow nothing gets done. But the second it's 3 a.m., I transform into a completely different person. Suddenly I'm planning my entire future. I'm going to get better grades. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to stop procrastinating. I'm going to become successful. I even start thinking about
How I'm finally going to talk to my crush.
at 3 a.m., I'm basically the main character of my own movie. I'll spend 20 minutes creating the perfect life plan. Sometimes I even write everything down. Asterisk the problem. The next morning, I wake up and look at my notes, and they sound completely
Insane.
One time I literally wrote, wake up at 5 a.m., exercise, study for 4 hours, become a millionaire. I don't even wake up at 7. The funniest part is that every single night, I fall for it again. Every night, I become a motivated genius. Every morning, I become the same
Lazy person.
So if you're watching this at 3 a.m., you're probably planning your future too. Have you ever lost an argument and then won it 6 hours later? Because this happens to me way too often. A few weeks ago, I was sitting with my friends at school during lunch. We started arguing about something completely stupid. You know those random arguments that somehow become way more serious than they should? Yeah, one of those. At first, I was confident. I knew I was right. But then my friend said something I wasn't expecting. My brain completely froze. I just sat there staring at him while everyone waited for a response. And the only thing I could say was, whatever. The entire friend group immediately started laughing. Even my crush was sitting nearby. I wanted to disappear for the rest of the day. I kept replaying the argument in my head. Then at around 2 a.m., while I was trying to sleep, it happened. The perfect comeback. Not a good comeback. The perfect comeback. I literally sat up in bed like I just discovered a new scientific theory. I was so proud of myself. The only problem? The argument ended 6 hours ago. And somehow my brain always becomes a genius right after it's completely useless.
Why do I forget how to walk the second someone is watching me? Seriously, I can't be the only one. When I'm alone, everything is normal. I walk perfectly fine, no problems, no weird thoughts, nothing. But the second I pass a group of people at school, my brain suddenly starts acting like
Walking is the hardest thing ever invented.
A few weeks ago, I was walking through the hallway when I spotted my crush coming the other way. Immediately, I became aware of everything. My arms, my legs, my posture, even how fast I was breathing. Suddenly, I wasn't just walking anymore. I was manually controlling every movement like a character in a
Broken video game.
Then I started overthinking. Am I walking too fast? Too slow? Do my arms always move like this? Why does my left leg feel weird? The more I thought about it, the worse it got. At one point, I genuinely think I forgot how humans are supposed to walk. The worst part? Right as I passed my crush, I accidentally tripped over absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
There wasn't even an obstacle. And that's when I learned an important lesson. The second someone is watching me, walking becomes a boss fight. Why do I spend hours practicing conversations that never actually happen? I swear I can't be the only one. A few weeks ago, I was lying in bed thinking about my crush.
Nothing unusual.
Then my brain decided to create an entire conversation. In my imagination, I was hilarious. Every joke landed. Every response was perfect. I was confident, funny, and somehow cooler than I've ever been in real life. The conversation kept going. Then somehow we started talking about school, then our favorite games, then our
Future plans.
At this point, my brain had basically written a
Whole movie.
I spent almost 30 minutes imagining every possible thing she could say, and for every response, I already had the perfect answer ready. I genuinely felt prepared for anything. The next day at school, I finally saw her. This was my moment, the conversation I trained for, the one I'd spent half my night preparing. She smiled and said, "Hey." And do you know what I said back? Not a clever joke, not a smooth response, not even a complete sentence. I panicked and said, "Hi," then immediately walked away. So apparently, imaginary me has way better social skills than real me. The teacher said 5 words that instantly ruined my day. Pick your own groups. The second I heard that, my heart dropped. If you know, you know. 1 second, everyone is sitting quietly. The next second, the classroom turns into a
Speed run.
People are already forming groups before the teacher even finishes the sentence. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there pretending to organize my notebook like I totally have a plan.
I didn't.
My friend was supposed to be my partner. We literally talked about it yesterday. So I looked over at him, and that's when I saw him, already sitting in another group, laughing, having the time of his life, without me. At that point, I started looking around the room. Every group was full. My crush was in a group. My friends were in groups. Even the kid who never talks had a group. How was I losing this?
Badly.
Then the teacher started walking around asking if everyone had a group. I was one of the last people left. The embarrassment was unreal, but somehow it gets worse. The teacher looked directly at me and said,
You can join any group.
as if that wasn't exactly the problem. Why do I suddenly become a singer the second nobody's home? I swear this happens every single time. The moment my family leaves the house, something
Changes.
I'm not a normal person anymore. I'm suddenly a world-famous singer. I'll grab a hairbrush, use it as a microphone, and start performing like I'm in front of 50,000 fans. In my head, I'm absolutely
Killing it.
the high notes, perfect. The stage presence, amazing. I'm already imagining interviews, concerts, and my crush watching me become famous. Then it happens. I hear the front door unlock. Instantly, my entire music career
Ends.
My confidence disappears, my voice disappears, my talent somehow disappears too. 1 second I'm performing for a sold-out stadium. The next second, I'm standing silently in my room pretending I wasn't just singing my heart out 30 seconds ago. And somehow, it gets worse. My family walks in and says, "Were you singing?" And I immediately deny everything, like they didn't hear me from 3 rooms away. So apparently when nobody's watching, I'm a superstar. But the second one person hears me, I become allergic to singing. Like, which rant was your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. If you want more Roblox stories like these, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.